Whatever. It seems like when people start self-improvement, it happens in two ways. They either gradually start adding better habits into their life, or it almost hits them like a train where they just completely trash their previous life and replace it with something that's definitely way out of their league, but way more productive. Now for me, it was the latter. As soon as I realized that everything I was doing was unproductive and not going towards my goals, I completely scrapped it. I did not even second guess my decisions. Now that is a double-edged sword. I became disconnected with my previous self. I was not the same person, which now looking back on it in retrospect is a good thing. I'm proud of where I am and who I am now. But there's definitely a better way that I could have taken. There's definitely a better path now. Of course, as soon as I came down here, a quiet spot to record a video, we have these guys. It's okay. I understand it. I need to think. There are so many different perspectives people take on self-improvement. Just look at all the different influencers out there. They almost say the same exact thing, but from slightly different angles. And I'm not here to say that anything that they say is bad or incorrect. I'm not here to call anybody out. I'm just a small self-improvement content creator myself. So it's completely unreasonable for me to say anything about anybody. But what I will say is that you have to be careful with what kind of content you ingest, what kind of content you consume. There comes a point within your self-improvement journey that you just need to stop watching content altogether. It's the same thing like when you're watching gym videos, that sometimes you just need to turn your brain off and go lift some heavy weight. It's the same thing that when you're studying for school, you need to stop watching videos on how to be productive because it's just doing the opposite. You just have to sit down and do the work. There comes a time when every single self-improvement enthusiast just needs to stop watching self-improvement videos altogether. Because that is when they find who they really are. I'm starting to lose my flow, but if you're anything like me, where once you start to hear about something and you start to see a little bit of results, you go down a huge rabbit hole and you start watching every single video you can about it, start learning as much as you can about it, which is not inherently a bad thing. But what is a bad thing is ending up spending too much time. But what is a bad thing is ending up spending too much time watching other people do the things that you want to do. That's not a good place to be. A couple months ago, I had this exact same revelation. I used to have a whole entire list of self-improvement content creators that I would watch. Now I gained a lot of inspiration from them and took a lot of notes and was being mindful while I was watching them. But there came to a point where I was spending my entire day watching these videos and I wasn't getting any of my own work done. I was hearing information, but I wasn't processing it. I wasn't actually applying it into my own life. What is the point of watching this content if you're not actually using any of the information that these educators are giving you? It's an ego thing. You're feeding your ego. You feel like you're doing something even though you're not. That's a problem. Nature's a beautiful thing, really. It's so disorganized, yet organized at the same exact time. Every single organism is here for a reason. It is really so profound how everything just interlocks. Even in a world full of chaos and destruction, you can only just come down to spots like these and learn a whole life's worth of lessons. If you're anything like me, and you started self-improvement early in high school, and you were surrounded by all the social media influencers, you may have developed a certain personality that doesn't allow relaxation. A couple months ago, my father had to sit me down at the dinner table, and he had to reassure me that he is proud of me and that I am 16 years old. He had to remind me of my age. Isn't that ridiculous? He had to remind me that it's okay for me to go down in the lounge room of our house and watch a TV show. He had to remind me that it was okay to hang out at family functions and watch a movie with my family. He had to remind me that it was okay to step away from my computer, step away for my fellow traders out there, to step away from the charts and just exist within nature. And my father is a trader himself. He trades the stock market and crypto. He's a pretty active options trader, and he himself had to remind me that. I'm eternally grateful for that conversation, because it actually allowed me to refocus. And I am beyond grateful to have that person in my life, to have my father in my life there to remind me, because he supports every single thing that I'm doing, and he was there at the exact right moment to speak exactly the right words. And this leads me to this point, that it is okay, beyond okay, for us teenagers on self-improvement to exist. Sure, yes, live life to the fullest. Live your life like a movie. But that doesn't mean you should sacrifice time with your family relaxing because you need to make some money, because you need to put on another pound of muscle. Really, it's about the journey. And if the only memories that you have of this journey is sitting in front of your laptop, watching candles move, or watching dropshipping videos, is that really the movie that you want to show your kids, your spouse, your friends? Of course not. Of course not. I'm 16, and I'm realizing this lesson now. Some people don't realize this lesson until they're in their mid-30s, and then there's nothing that they can do about it. I believe everybody should hear this as soon as possible. Live your life like a movie, but do not sacrifice your well-being for materialistic goals. Social media has absolutely decimated our society, but with that, every action has an equal and opposite reaction, Isaac Newton said in himself. Along with that destruction, it has also allowed us to interact with people, like-minded individuals from all over the world. And that is how I'm able to make videos like these, even if only 50 people watch this video. And if those 50 people take what I say, not even as fact, but as inspiration, then the job is done. And that's what I want. That's what I want out of this.